welcome to kdmoonchild's world. This is Saturday's Solutions. I'm Katie, and we come together to do a card reading uh, that is hopefully supportive, but full of answers and solutions for the weeks, days, and months ahead. This reading is very much oriented to the last of the year as we are beginning in the month of December. So, as this reading falls on the last day of November, let's see what's going to happen. What do you say, huh? Follow me down to the table and I'll talk to you there. Okay. There we go. Let's do this. Okay, first of all, I need to explain to you who the cards were written by. Number one, these are authored by Alberto Villoldo, Colette Baron-Reed, and Marcela Lobos. It is the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. It is the 4 directions. As I'm sitting here, we're looking at it as though it is a compass. Okay, as if I was looking down at the compass. We have north, south, east, and west. Okay? Go and put this guy on here. Charge up that card. Over here we have a message, finally, from the creatures that we live amongst. Whether they are our pets, or just the critters outside that you see that we all take for granted every day. They're always watching. They are the watchers. So, let's begin. Here is our current situation. You'll see we have 2 cards. This is where we are today, our sunset and the west. So tell us, what do we first, I'm going to pick both of these up, what do we first need to know? Yes, okay. Gorgeous card. First thing we need to know is to use the wisdom no matter what you hear, see, or feel. You're being told, use the wisdom of the owl. You have the knowledge to do this. Whatever comes up, you have the knowledge of knowing when to speak and when to just watch. This knowledge has come with your experiences in life and times of not being able to speak and being forced to watch. And in those times were the times when you learned, when you developed your discerning wisdom. Because we are all finding out we are truly in a circle. Concentric circles. If you're wanting to do what is right for everyone, every hand, color, and hue of melanin in our skins is not a definition, is not the measure of a person's worth or intelligence by the melanin in their skin. That is old Victorian and before ignorant ways of thinking, and a huge thing we need to shed in our way of thinking. This serves no one but those who want to keep others oppressed and held back and held down. And I don't know about you, that's not the circle I want to be in. I want to be in the circle where this wise owl is, where the opportunities are, where I have been working so hard for. I trust Owl Spirit to show me the way to the circle that is appropriate for me, my walk, and my path. The material and the physical is fleeting. It doesn't last very long. Where energy and spirit, which is one and the same, is eternal. It is always, always there for you. To call on, to rely upon, and to trust. That's interesting. What do we need to know about the valleys that we're going in? Now, this card, I need to tell you, valleys, it's not just, it's the valley card. It's actually the Gaia card. It's the earth card. But it also shows us the obstacles that are possible in the low-lying places, like meadows and riverbeds, crevasses. There's always hidden aspects in those places that can rear up and be an obstacle. So let's see what this card is telling us about the valley. What do we need to know about the south, where it is warm or warmer most of the time? I hear, don't believe everything you see and hear because it's smoke and mirrors. The truth, see Buddha standing there bright, shining his light, and it's sparkling all around him like fireworks. He has risen above the mirror and the smoke. He sees and knows the truth immediately. He doesn't have to search for it because it's there for him. In his face. And he is grateful for the fact that he has clarity to be able to see through and past that portal that is hidden in that smoky mirror. This is an 11 card, which is a master number. Once again, I tell you, we're doing pretty good with this. Master number for, of course, 11 that's a divine number. It's about synchronicity and encouragement to keep on going. So yeah, you maybe, yes, I heard that. We may be coming across smoke and mirrors, but be mindful as you come across other people's smoke and mirrors, you also put out a type of smoke and mirror as a form of protection, because you're still hiding and protecting who you really truly are. Your authentic self is still in hiding. And that is an obstacle. How do you heal enough to come out of hiding? Sorry, my nose is itching. I can't remember the old wives' tale that goes with that, but my nose is itching. Anyway, put that back there. So, please understand and accept the fact that you put out as many smoky mirrors as you receive or as you run into and come across. So please honor that and keep that in mind as you go through your day and your week this week. The holiday for Thanksgiving is over. Now it is time to get to work until time for the winter holidays. So, Pay attention to the smoke and mirrors, the ones you put out and the ones others do too. Because deep down underneath is the authenticity you're looking for and the clarity and truth. What is our obstacle in the north, please? Ooh. In the north is the mountain, by the way. And yes, that can be a massive obstacle. But we got a flow card instead. And it is 9. We are nearing even closer to the end of this cycle. This card is telling us, if I can get the card to, there we go, clear up a little bit. See the peregrine falcon in the background? Don't you think that fastest creature on the face of the earth is definitely in the skies? You think it travels fast by exertion? Or does it travel fast by traveling the thermals and the wind? You talk about the perfect example of being in flow. The peregrine falcon is the supreme creature of flow, along with the whale in the water. For air, it is the falcon and the eagle. And they're warning us that not only is the wind something you can use to stay in flow, that it is also one of the most destructive forces on the face of the earth when you are, and it is, out of flow. Although wind is never really out of flow because it's a natural element. It is a natural essence of air, which is around us, always permeating us. There are 2 types of flow. The flow that goes in air and soaring higher and higher, and the flow that goes in water that is soothing and cleansing and comforting, allowing you to reflect on what you need to go higher and higher in your vibrations. So as you climb this mountain, because you can't surpass this, you can't go around this, this is an obstacle. You have to climb the mountain to get to the top, to stand fully in the wind, to understand just a minute bit of what that peregrine falcon manipulates and uses to its extreme, supreme abilities. It does not fear that it is going so fast it's going to destroy itself. It fears that it's not going fast enough. Wow. Let's recap a little here. I don't want to get too far ahead. Over here in the sunset today, we are trying to use the wisdom of the owl to keep in a circle that is complete. The circle, without it being a race, of being human. And all the different aspects of being human. All the hues and colors, disasters, illnesses, and beauty that goes with being in that circle. So while you are focusing so much on your wisdom and being in your circle, whether it is small or large, understand there are aspects and elements happening right now in this shift that are causing smoke and mirrors. It's coming from other people because of uncertainty and fear. It is coming from you for those very same reasons. We are at the end of a cycle, you guys, and the new cycle is totally unknown. All we know is what we have been hoping and praying and trying to manifest all these years. And we are believing that that is what comes with the wisdom of the owl in starting to create what we want with integrity, honor, kindness, equality, harmony, and most of all, peace. No more strife, fighting, and war. And that's a huge obstacle to surpass in the wind of the mountain. Now, as we look at this card of the future, this is our hopes and goals. This is our sunrise of tomorrow. This is our promise of the new day. What does this card have to tell us? Oh, yes, thank you, Spirit. Also, the wind card up here. Because of the wind, this is a blessing as well as an obstacle, because it's going to clear away the smoke and mirrors so you can see better in the valleys. Interesting. So in our promise of the new day, we need to go into the sweat lodge so that we can connect with each other and the universe, so that we can see the changes that need to be, so that we can create the world we want to see. And the only way that we can create the world that we want to see, soaring free like the bird above the sweat lodge here, is to go into that sweat lodge completely open and willing to do whatever you are called to do in the ceremony and in the meditation and in your intuition. You know the parts of the events that are happening now that give you that knot in the pit of your stomach. It's the uncertainty of the future. The only way you can see it is to go into the sweat lodge and sweat out what no longer works. Because if you sweat it out, it drips off of you. You have no choice but to let it go. What are you hanging on to that is holding you back? You will find that in the sweat lodge. You will also find absolutely your opportunities and that promise of a new day that is protected and not to be stolen from us. For our strength is in our clarity, and we will not have the clarity until we sweat away and release the old, whether it be releasing it to the air or the water, either way. Going into the sweat lodge also helps to clear the smoky mirror. There's smoke in the sweat lodge, as well as heat. And there's clarity in it. So don't get complacent. And don't, by all means, sit in your fears, because you're going to manifest them to come true. And I tell you what, I don't want your fears manifested in my life, and I sure as hell don't want my fears manifested in my life. So stop it. Stop being so afraid. You've got to trust. You are not the babe that is newborn. You have had a life full of experiences, and there's a reason why you had those experiences, and the reason is culminating right now. So, join the sweat lodge so that you can see through the smoke and mirrors and soar in the wind with all of those in your circle who are counting on you, relying on your wisdom like you are counting on and relying on their wisdom. We're in this together, you guys. There's no one leader that is going to pull us out. It's going to take everybody. That's why it's been called a shift. Coming out of a celebrative day of complete gratitude to the end of a cycle, and going into another sweat lodge to get clarity on the new cycle that is beginning. So, we haven't consulted those other creatures that share this planet with us. What do they want? What do they see in us to give us encouragement? For they need us like we need them. We are all in this together. This is the Therapet's deck by Kate Allen. And the card says, the truth is you're far more capable than you feel. Exactly. That's why your fears no longer have a place. That's why letting go of things that don't serve you anymore is your truth. You can pick any color that you want to be in this unicorn. Or you can be iridescent and be all the colors. Whatever it is that you're working on, that new world, this shift, you're never alone, first of all. So the truth is, you are far more capable than you feel, because we're all working on it together. But we got to get our heads straight. Focus on the things that need to be focused on instead of our own personal fears. Because our own personal fears will be manifested if you spend too much energy, time, and thought on them. Do you want what you're most afraid of to manifest for you? Then let it go. Let it go. You are far more capable than you know, let alone than you feel. You never know what you can do until you have to do it. Coming from a cancer survivor, the whole process of the treatment and the recovery took years out of my life and changed me forever. And I always thought when I was younger that if I ever got cancer, I would probably not survive. And here I am talking to y'all. So, I had cancer 14 years ago now. So we're good. I'm good. We're good. I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving holiday, and I wish you all the best in the holidays of winter, the seasons of love and light coming forward, and the period of time of giving. Now, on that note, every day is a time of giving. The more you give, the more is offered to you to receive. And on that note, I'm going to tell you that whatever we do, we need to focus on trying to be together, stay together, because if we're separated, there's no strength there. There's a multitude of strength in being together. So together, we will thrive, not just survive. I love you all very much. I thank you for being here. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.